Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid preview. This is the preview to Girona against Real Madrid. Apologies for the later video. Just not had the time to record and edit. But Real Madrid, a tough away game against Girona, coming back off of a midweek game against Bilbao Athletic Club, and a defeat, and another poor performance, another poor result, and you know, it's just really it hurts to watch this team play right now. Let's put it that way. And things are not going well on the pitch, and the results are reflecting that. But the performance, the fans who watch the game know that it's been really poor. Even with most games that we've won this season, you look at the way the football, the style of play, the way you get that win. Yes, you always say getting the win is the most important thing, and you might not play well, but at least you win. On the flip side, if you don't play well, most likely you're not gonna win. So, look, playing well is the most important part to the success that we want to achieve, and it just doesn't look like we have that right now. Now, how do we move on? We have to keep moving on. We could lose against Girona, and for the game against, Atalanta, we will be saying we have to move on. But certainly, I I don't think that Girona are that strong compared to last season. Now, that's not to say they're incapable of winning. They are definitely capable. But against Athletic Club, not giving an excuse, but they are a good team. They were great, and they are gonna be probably in the top four. And Girona are eighth. They are still capable of winning. I'm not, again, let me reiterate, I am not taking anything away from Girona, but certainly I do think that it should be a game which should be better in terms of the performance. But again, we could be sitting here in a review saying the same old crap, the same old things, that we aren't playing well. We could be. But let's hope for the positives. And look, it's easy to just say we're gonna lose based on how we play it, but let's hope that there is that switch, that light switch that you can just click and look, Mbappe isn't gonna suddenly score a hat trick out of nothing. I think the way teams, and it's Girona, the way they are gonna defend is the same as every other team that we have played that have stopped Mbappe. They're gonna defend. They're gonna go and they're gonna man mark him with 3 to 4 players. They're gonna make it tough for Mbappe, and we're gonna watch the same old problems that we have no one in the middle. We have no one at the striker position. We have no one in the box. Again, we're gonna have the ball on the left hand side. Mbappe's gonna get the ball. He's gonna pass it to Fran Garcia or Modric or whoever, and we have to pass it around. Their box, their half, sorry, but no one is in the box because there isn't anyone. So that, I think, is a big problem. I think defensively we have done well. I'm not saying we've done great, but I think that even against Liverpool, 45 minutes, you don't concede, good, but you don't score. And when you don't score in a big game like that, you're bound to concede. Because unless it's a 0-0 for the whole game, which is unlikely because sometimes you are likely to switch off defensively, you have to make up for it. If you're not going to be able to attack, then you have to be able to defend. And you can't be perfect at defending all game. So if you're not going to be perfect, you are going to have to score. And up front, there is nothing. And look, we desperately need a Joselu, a Benzema, you know, a player in the box, a player that is there to, you know, make the runs into the box and actually hold his position, a target man. We need a target man right now. More than anything, if you could put one player in this team, I would put a striker. I would put, if you put Erling Haaland, if you put, you know, Kane in that striker role, we would play well. We would. Now, last season we achieved success with Bellingham playing in that role, and we could do the same, but we won't succeed again because Bellingham wasn't doing things a striker was doing in terms of he's gifted to do it. He was doing it because he was at the right place at the right time. He was making the good runs, yes, but he's not a striker. He's not a born striker. He doesn't play as a striker. His position is not a striker. He's a centre midfielder. Now, he was told to do that position because we had no one else, but it doesn't mean you can rely on Bellingham as a striker for the next 5-10 years or whatever. You need a striker, and it's proven. And now, how do you get a striker without dropping Mbappe and Vini, because they are starters? Put one of them on the right. Put Mbappe on the right wing. Who cares? Mbappe right wing with a striker, Vini on the left. I think that would actually be okay. But Mbappe just not doing a lot creatively, you know, scoring. He's being tightly marked. Creating, again, tightly marked. There's no one in the box. There's no one, you know, making those runs. So what is he supposed to do? If he doesn't do it himself, he's got no one to pass it to. And that's the same in the midfield. I mean, if you are Fede Valverde or Modric or Dani Ceballos or Tchouaméni or Brahim or Arda Güler, you're looking up front going, okay, I have the ball, I've won the ball back. Now, who do I pass to? And you look, there's Bellingham, there's Mbappe, but there isn't a striker. And okay, you can pass it to Mbappe, but he's going to go back again, back to the midfield. And eventually, you're not going to get anywhere near the goal because there's no one up front. So that is the problem right now. And we have to find a way to address this. And look, if that means you bring someone from the academy for a couple of games, like, you know, Alvaro Rodriguez would have been a very good option, but, you know, not really. He's not here anymore. He's at Getafe. I think we have caught up Gonzalo Garcia a couple of times. Now, speaking of which, I'm pretty sure he is not, or he was dropped from the matchday squad, and Rodrigo is dropped as well. That's the good thing about doing this preview later. I would have had Rodrigo in striker position, but he's dropped. And I think, was it Chema, the other player? So, yeah, just a couple of players dropped. Rodrigo, another injury, great. On the flip side, Alaba and Vini Jr. are training with the team again. I think Vini could be back against Atalanta, and I think Alaba could be back and probably will be back in January. So, some good updates there. Obviously, slowly, surely getting players back. The long-term ones, Carvajal, Militao will be out, but the rest of the team, hopefully by January, we have a full squad. But what do we do against Girona? Now, Girona are 8th, like I said. Their last home game was against Espanyol, which they won 4-1. Before that, they narrowly beaten Leganes. Before that, they played a Champions League game at home against Slovan Bratislava and won. They lost to Real Sociedad at home, but they beat Athletic Club at home. They lost to Feyenoord at home. They drew Rayo Vallecano. They lost to Barcelona 4-1, and then they beat Osasuna. So, look, it's been an up and down season for them, at home as well, but Away from home, I would have bet us to win, but away at Montevideo, it could be a Girona game. It could be a really tough game to choose, but hopefully, you can only hope now. There is nothing that convinces me that we will win. But they certainly have a couple of good players. If I look at injuries, anyone notable injured for them? I think Tizankov is out. I'm not sure if Herrera is back, and that seems to be about it in terms of their injuries. So the rest of the team is pretty much there. They've got Abel Ruiz, Brian Hill, Van der Beek, Oriol Romeo, Daley Blind, Gazzaniga, Arnold Danjuma, Stuani, Ivan Martin, Arnau Martinez, Paul Chu, Paul Lopez, David Lopez, Alejandro Francis, a very good young centre back, and Miguel Gutierrez, ex Real Madrid. So, yeah, a couple of very good players in that team. But obviously, you look at Alex Garcia, Duvbeek, Savinho. These players are gone, so they aren't the same team anymore. They are still maintaining well in the top 8, but it's a game that you have to win. If you don't win this game, forget about the title. So, let's see. But my starting 11 for Real Madrid is Courtois in goal. I can't see it being Lunin. Fran Garcia. I think that he has impressed in the last couple of games, and Mendy hasn't. So I think Mendy will be benched, and I think the other fullback will be Lucas Vazquez for sure, and the two centre backs are standard. The midfield is going to be, I think, Tchouaméni and Valverde are guaranteed. Now Bellingham could play in the centre mid row, but if you play Bellingham deeper, then you have to probably go with Mbappe on the left, Brahim through the middle, and Arda Güler on the right, or Mbappe on the left, Brahim on the right, and Endrick up top. And it could be Arda Güler. I can't see Endrick starting. I feel like Endrick just hasn't been given enough opportunities, but I can't see Ancelotti starting him. I'll be amazed if he does. So for me, I feel like we're going to go with this weird 4-man midfield again. With Mbappe on the left, Brahim on the right, Bellingham as that attacking mid / false 9. That's probably where he thrives the most, because he's a goal scorer in terms of coming in deep and scoring. But not a player who scores every game, but he would like to get into those goal scoring opportunities and positions. And Modric, the experience in the midfield could be helpful as well. Could be Dani Ceballos, who knows. Again, could be Endrick, could be Arda Güler, but who knows. So, that would be my starting 11. Or what I would assume Ancelotti would do, but hard to call. Score predictions. I'm gonna go Girona 1. Let me figure it out. Girona to win. Wait, not to win, sorry. I can't find it. I wrote it somewhere. Oh, Girona not to win, sorry. Girona 1, Real Madrid 2. Look, the delusion is still there. The hope is still there, and hopefully we go out and win. I wonder if we're using our orange kit or our black kit. Our orange kit is away, isn't it? And the black one is the third kit. So, or grey. It's more of a grey kit. But yeah. The two kits that and the home kit, um, are really nice looking. I mean, look, there isn't a point talking about it if you don't win. But I'm just saying, as a bit of a kid fan myself, these football kits are obviously nice to collect, nice to wear as well. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the button if you did, subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.